viewers. Well, of course, you're still tuning to the best youth show in the motherland. And if you just joined us, welcome to, of course, the best show right here. If you just joined us, of course, we had Drumstruck open up the show for us. But of course, we also love creating a space for creators, for artists in the building. And today, sitting beside me, I do have young, up and coming, emerging, also trauma nurse in the building. She goes by the name of Joy Lawrence. Welcome to the show, and thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
I need to give you a round of applause. A round of applause to you.
Thank you.
I am just like, how do you even manage to just shift us into your very tight schedule that you have as a nurse, working 12 hours, being here, making time for us? Like, how did you actually manage to find yourself in the nursing industry?
So I matriculated in 2015 and then I went straight into nursing. But funny story is, I actually didn't think, like, I never said, oh, I want to become a nurse. Like, it just happened and I told myself, I'll give it 1 year. And if I'm not feeling the vibes, I'll totally I'm
getting out.
And I was 4 years in, I was like, oh, I'm graduating. But it is really tough being a nurse and juggling everything, even like having a social life. But I do enjoy it. I love the adrenaline rush. I love nursing. I love helping people.
And I was just speaking to you earlier about how working these long hours, part of it is definitely, you know, helping the people, having that adrenaline rush, because you mentioned that you work in the emergency center. So it's like, you're never not rushing. You're never not
I'm in the
busy.
middle of it.
You're like within what's happening. You within saving lives at that moment. And I just want to like ask you, because you mentioned that you enjoy doing, you know, being on social media and you enjoy working as well as a nurse. So how do you actually manage to balance the two and to also merge what you're doing at the same time?
Okay, so it is tough, I must admit, because nursing, long hours, 12-hour shifts, and sometimes I work the entire weekend. So I have to make time for social media, but that is an aspect that I enjoy. I always loved fashion. I love, you know, I'm a talkative, bubbly personality type of person, and I enjoy creating content. So I sacrifice, you know, the time, but I do put time aside for it. It is tough. I'm not always coping, and there is times where I'm like, oh my word, I have a shift tomorrow. Like, how am I gonna do this? But what I can say is time management, I guess. Yes. Like, you have to fit in the time, and you know when you're off, you don't feel like doing anything.
I want to rest.
So you need to push yourself to actually do what you want, like to create the content.
And being a content creator, of course, each one has the inspiration, where the inspiration comes from, or if it was an experience that they've, you know, experienced, the moment they've experienced. Who or what would you say has pushed you or inspired you into really, you know, focusing on this digital creation of content that you are doing?
So there are a few creators that I have seen over the years, but what I can say is, there's this girl, Emily Roosevelt, I think that's her name, and I usually go for people that are very authentic. When I started with this thing, I didn't think that I was gonna start creating content. I just went onto Instagram and I just took pictures, and I was like, okay, people are actually interacting. So there are a few, obviously Nadia Jafter, I like, what's the other lady's name? But there are a lot of people
there's a lot of them
that influenced me to start my digital creation. I'm not big, I'm just starting.
But you're growing,
yeah,
which is, I think, part of the whole, you know, digital space, the digital industry as well. It's important to see that people are growing, and also definitely important to see that people are staying true to who they are, being authentic and not, you know, not changing for the next person. And I want to ask you, with the digital creation that you are doing, what would you say is the content that you enjoy the most, that you love putting out there, that your followers and your fans are really interacting with you with a bit more?
I think it's Get Ready With Me. It's like, I love fashion, I like styling clothes. I've always been someone that loves fashion.
And I can definitely see with what you are wearing today, it's like, I need to show a bit leg.
I do love fashion, so I would say Get Ready With Me. And just talking. Like, when TikTok came into the picture, I was like, oh my word, I love this app. You can just get onto it and just like say whatever you want, and people interact with you more. So I really like Get Ready With Me and styling outfits and showing people how they can style different items and things like that.
I definitely love Get Ready With Me as well, because it's like sometimes you see people wearing a piece of clothing and you're like, I just wish I knew where you bought that. I'm not going to DM you about it, but like, why can't you just, tag the place, tell us where you got it? So I definitely love, those kind of content as well. And I love when people are staying true to who they are. And especially, well, I'm going to be a bit biased because it's like some of the people that we follow, they live two different lives in terms of reality and what they put in on social media. So if there's a person at home sitting today and they're watching you and they've been following you on social media and they're wanting to know what advice it is that you would like to give to them in 10 seconds.
I would say follow your dreams and never give up on what you want to do in life. Like no dream is too big. And I feel like we always like put it off.
So it's follow your dreams, stay true to who you are, of course, and be authentic as always. Thank you so much to you for being here. Of course,
you so
we
much,
are taking a young breather, but we'll be back with more of EKSE after this. Do not go anywhere.